All right, so once again, today we're making a single view app named SegmentController. Make sure you have your organization name and identifier. Your user interface is set to Storyboard, not Swift UI. Organization name and identifier, once again, doesn't matter that much. So we'll hit next. And create. What we're going to need for today's Hackwich on our storyboard is we'll need a segment controller and one label. But I'm getting the spinning wheel of death, so we're going to wait for that thing to stop spinning. Oh my goodness. So my label and my segment controller, two objects. Alrighty, let's go ahead and what we're going to do here is let's go ahead and add one to here. So go ahead and click on your segment controller and make sure your attributes and inspectors open on the right hand side. What we can do here is we can change the amount of segments we have. All right, each one of these is a segment. Okay, so we can add segments by going up. I'm going to make this a little wider so we can see it. We're just going to have 3 segments for today's lesson. So once you choose the 3 segments, below you can edit each of the names. So right now I'm in segment 0, which is my first segment. I'm just going to say the title for that is going to be first. The title for my second one is going to be second. And I need to add in third. So I'm going to go to my segment 2 and change that to third. Oh, I spelled third wrong. I'm just going to go ahead and write first in here because that's where my app is going to load. So this label is going to say either first, second, or third, depending on which segment I am selected on. All right, not too thrilling of an app, but it's an app nonetheless. All right, so we're going to go to our assistant editor. So the 5 horizontal lines. Click on your assistant editor. All right, we are going to hook our label. We're just going to name this text label. And this is going to be an outlet, so I'm going to hook it up to like line 12. Text label. I'm also hooking my segment controller up as an outlet as well. Segment controller. So the segment controller is going to be an outlet and an action. Okay, so I hooked up my label as text label, my segment controller as an outlet. I just named it segment controller. And I'm also hooking up as an action below here. And I'm just going to name this segment controller and put the word pressed. All right, So segment controller pressed, so that I know that this action happens when I press it. All right, so I actually made a mistake when I connected my segment controller down here. Now let me show you something. When I hook this up, the type can be any. I should have selected, do not do anything yet. I should have selected UI segment controller. What that's saying is that it's going to receive its action, like receive its information from itself. The any means it can receive its information from anything. So all I'm going to do is delete this any, where it says sender any, and I'm just going to write UI segmented control. UI segmented control. We capitalize the U, the I, the S, and the C. Just to give you guys some more room, I'm going to switch to my view controller so you can see all my code here. Check your spelling. UI segmented control. I'm going to go ahead and type out, there's only about 5 lines of code. It's very short. I'm going to go ahead and type out my code so that those of you who are good can check it out. So it's going to be a switch. Oh, man. Switch segment. Hold on. Once again, I am not typing this all out. I am just letting the computer code for me. All right, we'll get your errors fixed. So the switch, we're obviously switching between our segmented controls. Okay, so it's something called cases. All right, case 0, case 2, case 3 is going to determine which segment we're selected on. So we're going to write case 0, and now we're going to make that text label dot text equal actually we'll go first. That's what I had from there anyways. Now to save myself time, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it 2 more times. I'm going to change my case to 1 and to 2 and to first to second and third. Guessing it's a spelling or a squiggle. Don't say no. All right. Once you have that typed out, you should be able to run your app. And it should work. First, second, third should appear in your text label.